Oh snap, Glaze is going live.
As I got into the car, my mother got into the passenger seat. And as I'm driving off from leaving the barber shop and I'm going to the destination, as I'm driving, I notice, I'm looking in the rearview mirror, being aware of my surroundings. And as I'm looking in the rearview mirror, I notice, the feds, the U.S. Marshal. I'm like, oh man, I knew like they had me. I knew that they was telling me. So I'm trying to, quote unquote, stay calm, don't make no sudden move. And just keep trying to act as normal as possible, despite I was very nervous, despite my heart rate was probably beating faster than it ever was beating. So as I'm driving, I noticed that they got off of me. So they must be noticed that I noticed them, or it could have been a coincidence. So as I'm driving, I dropped my mother off. I picked up my son and my niece. Keep in mind, they between the age of 3 and 4. So as I put them in the vehicle, and what I was going to do is I'm going to treat them to McDonald's. So as I put them in the vehicle, put them in the car seat, and I start driving off. As I'm driving off, and I'm heading towards the McDonald's in Moscona, as I'm driving, then all of a sudden I noticed that same fed, the same marshal that was on me before was back on my trail. And I'm like, man, I knew it. I knew that this was over with. So automatically, under my Benzie box was something that you use. It was a radio, very popular back then. I had a fake ID. Like my name was Wade Johnson at the time. So I knew, okay, cool, I can use that and show it to them. But then again, I thought about that. If I give them a fake ID, the wrong name, that would be additional 5 years. So what I did was, as I got to the McDonald's parking lot, I just played it off. And I took my niece and my son out of the car seat. And as I'm walking into the McDonald's, holding their hands. And it seemed like as soon as I got into the doorway and entering halfway through, going towards the counter, it seemed like U.S. Marshal feds start jumping out of the counter, start coming in from all the doors, and basically right now arrest me and slap 3 separate handcuffs on me. And, right now is my stepson, he ran out. And when he ran out of the McDonald's, I'm like panicking. Listen, somebody go get him. Because I didn't want him to be scared and run out there wild and a car hit them, an oncoming car hit him, by mistake. So as they got me, they went and got my son. Everything is good. They got me when they slapped the 3 handcuffs on me. And basically they told me, listen, we got you, man. You will never see the street again as a free man. That's it. It's over for you. And you know what? Listen, that's what man say. That ain't what God say. But at that present time, I was bum out. I was down. After 99 days being on the run from the U.S. government, you know what? I knew that they had me. I knew my life as I knew it was completely over with.
Panoxol, I'll tell you why I'm so excited about Panoxol. First of all, for many, many, many years, I've always wanted to know what was the easiest thing to do besides injecting somebody with a needle and actually putting ozone in their body and putting them in this huge chamber called oxygen chamber. What else can we do to help people with chronic illness? I'm talking about high blood pressure, high cholesterol, poor circulation, all of it. Panoxol is one of those supplements that's natural, it's safe, and guess what? Amazingly increased blood flow. See, everything is about blood flow, right? And so we don't really have to sit and talk about all these different chronic illnesses. We just have to talk about blood flow, and that's what the Panoxol will do for most people. Increase their energy, make them feel better, help them with their metabolism. They lose weight. So it helps the whole body, not just one organ. And that's why Panoxol is so important for almost anyone, really. And it's safe.